All right, folks, fresh off a TBD triple pick, the first one of week 12 here. We're going to go into our next game, which is going to be 25th ranked Tulane, the Green Wave, rolling into Annapolis, Maryland to take on freshly unranked Navy, the Naval Academy, at 12 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, or Saturday at noon, I guess it would be. The ESPN FPI has Tulane at 74% chance to win, and the spread officially has Tulane by a touchdown at 7. This one I'm really excited about as someone who's kind of followed Tulane all season just by virtue of them being a fellow Louisiana team with my Tigers. I've just kind of followed them this year, and they've put up a pretty good run in the American. Both teams this weekend sitting at 2 losses. Navy got boat raced, if you will, by Notre Dame. Get it? And then again, lost to Rice the next week by 18. I really thought that game would be a lot different. I did not foresee them losing that game that poorly. I know Rice played Tulane really closely, but I did not foresee Navy losing by that much. Tulane, on the other hand, hasn't lost a game since week 3 when they lost back-to-back games against Kansas State and Oklahoma. And let's just get real. They should have beaten Kansas State, but because of a horrible offensive pass interference call, they would end up losing. A very, very fun game to watch that Saturday in New Orleans. Watched it on the TV, and of course, they got the penalty to lose the game. Now, what's at stake here? A lot for both teams. For Navy, the American Championship is still on the table if they get a win this weekend. Only having one conference loss, if they take down Tulane and go undefeated in the conference from here on out, they would have the tiebreaker over the Green Wave. However, for Tulane, the American Championship is still on the table, but the playoff would be off the table with a loss this Saturday. The highest-ranked Group of 5 team will get the 5th auto bid spot this year, and right now it looks like it's going to come down to Army and Tulane out of the AAC, the American Athletic Conference. Tulane needs a win this Saturday to stay in the running for the playoffs. Navy has Blake Horvath at quarterback, who is both their leading passer and leading rusher, which if you follow the Navy's football, it's not surprising because they love to run the triple option. Horvath has just over 1,150 yards and only has 117 attempts on the season. So as you can see, not a very pass-heavy offense through 10 games. Tulane's quarterback, Darian Mensah, has just over 2,000 total yards and has thrown 16 touchdowns and 4 picks. This game is at home for Navy, and the main thing they have going for them is their defense. Is they have 21 sacks for 127 yards for loss on the season. But this may be the toughest. This may be the toughest defense in the conference Tulane has faced yet. I'm not going first. Mason, who you got?
I did just want to say, I think that also that it's probably going to be Boise State. They're probably going to be the highest ranked Group of 5 team that gets the auto bid into the playoffs. However, that does not mean that Tulane cannot make the playoffs. They just got to have a lot of things going in their direction, right, guys? So, man, a lot at stake here. I do think this is one of the tougher defenses in conference. I mean, we haven't always seen it. I mean, they have lost to Rice. They got absolutely destroyed by Notre Dame. But these are teams that are pretty good. But I'm going to take Tulane here, and here's why. Tulane has a lot more at stake, a lot more to lose, and they have not lost a game since they played a Power 5 opponent in week 3. I mean, like I said last Tuesday, they beat UTSA 62. No, I think it might have been in the 70s. It might have been like 71 to 14. It was an absolute demolishment of that team. They've just played and scored so many points on everybody they've played, and I don't think that's going to change this weekend. Give me the Green Wave on Saturday.
Yeah, so really, I have a hard time picking Navy in this. You know, the loss to Notre Dame, the loss to Rice right after, and meanwhile, Tulane is rolling, including beating my North Texas Green Machine. I gotta pick Tulane. They're rolling, they're hot, and they're looking good. Their pieces are coming together, and I'm just excited to see how it comes down in the AAC.
So let me just say, because nobody's pointed it out yet, I love, and I repeat to you, love Tulane's uniforms, okay? It's an odd combo. Like the other week, they were black with the hunter green with like the Carolina bluish teal. But God, it's so nice. With that said, give me the Green Wave on Saturday in Annapolis. I do think they cover. I like Tulane by a touchdown. Maybe not much more than that. I think Navy does give them a run, but historically, of course, Navy's defense is good this year, but historically, they don't fare well against high-powered offenses. I don't see that changing this weekend. Tulane's played really well. I like the Green Wave this weekend, and hopefully we get some nice jerseys to go with it.